I'm standing in front of the 718 venue in downtown Fredericksburg. This is going to be one of the venues for the upcoming Fredericksburg Film Festival. Stay tuned for more details. Today I'm at the Fredericksburg Visitor Center with Ryan Cudahy. Ryan's a tourism marketing assistant for the Department of Economic Development and Tourism, and he's also the program director for the Fredericksburg Film Festival, which is coming to Fredericksburg here in a couple weeks for the first time ever. So Ryan, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so the Film Festival is a great initiative, so why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So the Film Festival will be May 2nd to 5th. What we're going to do is, instead of having it at a regular theater, we are holding this festival, the different screenings, all throughout downtown Fredericksburg. So the screening locations will be 718 venue on Caroline Street, Rain the venue, which is in the Canal Quarter District, right next to Red Dragon Brewery, which is also one of our screening locations. In addition, we'll be holding happy hours, networking events, panels, after parties throughout the city as well. For instance, we're going to have our opening day happy hour event, which will start off the festival at Fredericksburg Area Museum. We're going to have a panel on Virginia film incentives and the Fredericksburg film incentives at Curitiba Art Cafe. And then we're also going to have a few after parties and mixers and everything at Castiglia's, Red Dragon again, and Wild Hair Cider.
Well, it sounds great. And so people buy tickets for this, and then that gets them into all the different events. Is that how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go to fxbgfilmfest.com. You can either get individual tickets to the screenings or the non-screening events, or you can get our all-access pass for $100. Because once you get the pass, you can select which screenings you're going to go to. You still need to select them if you get the pass. We need to get a head count and a seat count and everything. But that pass earns you access to every single screening or non-screening that you want to go to.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about who the filmmakers are and then what the films are that are part of this festival.
We're going to come out of our first year with one of the best lineups in Virginia. I'm very, very proud of that. And there's basically kind of a threefold of how these filmmakers have come into it. First off, we've got some of the most nationally recognized independent films, some of the best that have come out in the last year. For instance, there's this wonderful Spanish film called The Masterpiece. It's a short film that just won Best Short Film at the Sundance Film Festival. That one will be at our festival. And then we also have a wonderful documentary called Kim's Video that was an official selection at the Sundance and Tribeca Film Festivals. We also have a number of independent but wonderful features and shorts throughout the country. For instance, we have a wonderful short film called Banana Triangle 6, which is a funny title, but it's actually not. It is very much a dramedy by filmmaker Mark Crandall. It's his first film, and he's in his 70s. And it's really admirable, and it's part of our first-time filmmakers block, and it's a wonderful film. We also have in that block a really great short film that I just love called Between the Earth and the Sky by Dawson Bryant. He made it while he was in the Appalachian Mountains in North Carolina, and he made it as part of a class project in college, and it's extraordinary. But maybe the most exciting thing is that we have a number of fantastic Virginia films. We really wanted to get that element of both local and nationwide screenings, but the Virginia films are phenomenal. We have one called The Death of Anne Bronte by someone I know very well, Kathleen Barth. It's a wonderful period piece short film. We also have this incredible feature film that takes place in Shenandoah and then goes throughout the country called Her Name Was Joe. And that's by a director named Joe Duca, and he did a wonderful job. We also, opening night, in addition to the short films we have opening night, have an incredible feature documentary called The Lives Between the Lines by Eric Duda. And that was about the new monument at the University of Virginia that honors the enslaved persons that worked on the grounds of UVA. So we've got a number of wonderful films and a number specifically of wonderful Virginia films.
Great. Well, it sounds like a wonderful lineup, and people can read more about these films and the filmmakers on the website, I assume.
Absolutely. We have both the schedule and the information about the films in general on the website. If you click on the schedule, it'll give you access to each of the individual screening blocks and events. And if you click on that, you can learn more about the films there.
Okay. And tell us one more time the URL.
fxbgfilmfest.com.
Okay, great. Well, Ryan, I hope the festival goes great. I applaud all your efforts to bring it here and to make it happen. So
thank you very much. Tickets are on sale.
Okay. All right. So be sure to check out the first ever Fredericksburg Film Festival, May 2nd to the 5th. All right. That'll do it for this week's edition. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. And we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next week.